So this is not the video that was intended for today. I always wanted to be positive on this channel. I wanted to do, you know, what I was passionate about. I always wanted to keep it upbeat and happy, but I mean, things happen in life that's not great, and we need to accept that those things happen. So I decided that in light of recent events and what happened over the last couple of days, that I was going to share this information with you, because I think it's important that you know, especially when you're online like I am pretty much every day. My business is online. You know, I communicate with my family on text. Everything is online now. And as consumers, as social butterflies, I guess, we all need to be really careful with what happens out there, and know that there's people out there that are trying to scam us or, in a sense, hurt us. And I can't believe that I'm actually making this video and telling you about this, because not only do I feel pissed off at myself for letting it happen and being scammed as well, somebody like me who knows a lot about computers, who knows how many scams are out there today, you know, So I'm going to tell you this story. I'm not going to take up too much of your time today, because it's not, like I said, it's not the video that I intended to put up. And I'll tell you why. You know, I'm on my phone right now in a different area of the house doing this video. I want to explain what happened and just warn you, because the fact that I actually had to deal with this over the last couple of days just floors me. So I'd like to share with you what's happened over the last couple of days. I am recording with my iPhone because my computer is not here at the moment. And I just didn't really want to film in my studio today. Just being in there this morning was hard, because it's just, I don't know, without my computer, it's just a reminder of what happened. It can happen to anybody. It honestly can it can happen to anybody, and it's not a fun feeling. So, yeah. So I'm going to tell you about it. I'll tell you about it. So it all started a few days ago. I was on my computer. I was doing some work. I had videos that I wanted to start putting together. And so I was doing some graphic work. I was really busy because I have another job that I do at home. So I've got to kind of, you know, share my time between that one and then my YouTube channel, plus my own online business, animals, house cleaning, and you name it. You know, it's just, I was busy the last couple of days. Now, that's not an excuse, but I was busy. I was very busy, had a lot on my mind, and I was working on my computer, and all of a sudden up pops this updater. So it says on there that I need to update my Flash player, which I've seen before, but not thinking about it, because I do use a MacBook Pro. So not even thinking about it, you know, I just clicked, sure, you know, boom, give her, go update it, whatever you had to do, let me continue my work. So I continued my work. Then all of a sudden I noticed that there was pop-ups coming all over my system, you know, on my browser. I'd be trying to do something and it would redirect me. You got a virus. I'd shut it off because, you know, I mean, seen things like that before. So back on, try to do something else, up would pop this, you know, your system has a virus, you need to contact us, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, this is so stupid. Now I'm mad, right? So I shut my search engine down. After it popped up a few times and it came back on my Safari, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go straight to Apple. I'm going to see what I can do to scan my system, see what's on there, because obviously I've gotten onto a system that I shouldn't have. So I thought I'll just get in touch with Apple and see what I can do about scanning my system and getting it off there. So I did that. I went back on my browser. I punched in Apple support, and up pops this, you know, web page, looked like Apple support. And on the bottom right-hand side, there was a place where you could chat with somebody. So I thought, okay, I'll go on there, I'll chat with this person and get my system scanned, see what I can do. So that's what I did. Clicked on the chat bar and I told them, you know, I think I have malware or something in my system. I don't think it's a virus, but I think it's malware. And I just want to scan my system and get rid of it. The person on the chat, yeah, no problem. So they got me in contact with somebody else. All the while, it's on the Apple support website. What I thought was the Apple support website. So anyway, this guy comes on there and he's like, okay, well, I need to check your system. I'm a tech, whatever. I'm going to send you to this little box. Open up this box. You type in support.me, I think it was, support.me, and let me get on your system and see what's going on. Sure. So everything looks legit. I am on the Apple website, right? So I did that. I let him on my system. He looked around. Of course, the first thing he found was this installer for the Flash player. So I'm thinking, great. He knows where to go. He knows what's going on. So he says to me, and like he's talking to me on the phone, and he says to me, okay, you need to pay a one-time fee for me to clean up your system. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, probably, because, you know, I've had this computer a long time. I'm sure my Apple Care is probably done, you know, because it only lasts, I think, a couple of years. I've had my computer for a couple of years now. So I'm thinking, sure, yeah, you know, probably. Okay, not a problem. All the while, I'm thinking I'm on the Apple support site because that's what it looks like to me. I typed it into the browser. I went directly to Apple. What I thought was Apple wasn't actually Apple. So he's going through, he's telling me, you know, typing out my number just in case we get disconnected, who he is, his number, all the information that I'm going to need for this scan and fix whatever's going on in my system. So I'm thinking, great. He says, but it is a one-time fee. You're going to have to give me you're going to have to enter your credit card information and pay it up front, and then we'll get started. So I'm thinking, awesome. You know, I want to get back going. I mean, I got a lot of work to do. So I put in my credit card number, put in everything, you know, it looked legit. There was another window that came up, you know, like a pay site. So I had to go there, pay it, kind of like what PayPal does. They'll go out onto their website and then they'll redirect you back onto whatever you were at. So I'm thinking, great, you know, boom, give them the information. So this is where it gets kind of yucky, because when he tried to actually take the money out of my account, it wouldn't take, like, out of my credit card, it wouldn't go. And I've seen that before too, because a lot of times when you make a payment to somewhere that the credit card company hasn't seen, or you haven't, you know, bought anything from there or out of the country, or maybe it's a large amount, they will stop the payment and you have to call and tell them, okay, you know, I'm buying this here. It's okay. Immediately, I get this phone call, and of course it's from my credit card company. So I'm thinking, okay, you know, they're probably wanting to talk to me about this purchase. So I told the guy, I'll call him back. You know, I got his number and his extension and whatever. I got off the phone, I called the credit card company, and immediately, right away, he told me, he says, your credit card has been compromised. We've shut it down. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, like, you shut my credit card down? Like, I need my credit card, right? I'm supposed to be going Christmas shopping soon. Yep, we've shut down your credit card. He said, this company that you're dealing with has a red flag on it, and we shut your card down. We're sending you a new card. Can't use this card anymore. So I'm thinking, awesome. Like, I thanked the guy. I told him, thank you so much for, you know, watching my butt. Like, thank you. A lot of people get mad at them for doing stuff like that, stopping a payment or whatever. Me, you know, I was so happy. I was so happy that he had stopped it, because not only were they, you know, they were trying to take a large amount, quite a big amount. And I mean, I'm just so thankful that that they called me and alerted me to this. They shut my card down because now these people had my card information. So I get off the phone. Now I've got this situation to deal with. This guy is plugged into my system and he's waiting for me. So I'm thinking, okay, I got to go shut down my system right now. Shut it down and just, you know, shut it down. That's the only thing I can think to do. You know, I knew I had to shut my system down. So I tried, but he's on my system. He's connected to my computer. So every time I tried to go shut it down, he's quickly right after me, boom, stopping everything I was doing. He's going behind me and stopping it, or stopping me before, because I'm trying to get to the shutdown menu. He's getting there before I am. And I'm telling you, at that moment, like my heart just started to beat so fast. I could just feel my heart beating. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, like this is my life on this computer. You know, this is family photos, my personal information, all my business stuff, all my videos that I've done, everything that I've ever, you know, all the things that I work so hard at are on this system. Yes, I have everything backed up, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that these people have access to that now. And I can't shut it down. Like I'm having a hard time shutting down my system because they're always behind me, stopping whatever I'm doing. And I know at this moment I'm in trouble. Like my computer's in trouble. I'm in trouble. But somehow, I did get it shut down. I was fast because, and I'm embarrassed to say that I spend so much time on my computer that I could probably do half the stuff on it blindfolded. Yeah, that's how it, you know, that's how much time of my life I spend on my computer working. So I did get ahead of him. Boom, I got to the shutdown menu, shut it down right now. And it shut down. So at that point, up to that point of him trying to keep my system on and keep, you know, going through my system, I managed to cut that off, at least that up to that point. Now I got to figure out what to do because I can't use this system. I can't use my computer now. They're in there. What it felt like at that point was that somebody had walked into my house and was sitting there watching me and I couldn't do anything to get him out. That's what it felt like. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to pack it up. I packed up my system. I packed it up and jumped in my car and I drove an hour to town because it takes me an hour to get to town. And I give it to a tech, which is not something I normally do because most of the time I can fix problems myself. I can fix the problems on my system pretty good. But I realized this was above and beyond even my experience of how now to get this guy out of there. So I left the computer there. It's actually still there. They've managed to fix it. The good news is that they didn't actually compromise my computer. They used the computer to trick me into believing that there was a problem with it now and that I had to pay a technician to go in and fix it. The problem was that they didn't want my computer. They wanted my credit card. And I've been working really hard to get my credit card paid off. It's almost paid off. I'm getting ready for Christmas time is right around the corner. I'm getting ready to buy new stuff for my house that we're just about finish the building process of it. If they'd gotten access to that, like, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of hard work, you know, working every day. I mean, you know, your credit card is your credit card. That's your credit. You're at risk, you know? I guess what I'm feeling now is you feel violated. You know, aside from the fact that they used my computer to try to get to me, aside from the fact that they tricked me into believing they were the Apple Support Care Center when they weren't, the fact that they convinced me to, you know, give them my credit card information, and they were just about to take a lot from me, is bad. But I'm telling you, I sat there yesterday. I was going to try to do this video yesterday, and I couldn't even speak. I sat in front of the camera and I couldn't say a thing because I felt pissed off. I'm still pissed off, but yesterday I was so pissed off. I was pissed off at myself because I know better than that. You are not supposed to update from the internet. You need to go to the App Store on your system and you do it from there. So I was mad because I was busy and I wasn't thinking, and I made a mistake by pressing that OK button. The moment I did that, I was already in trouble. If I'd have been, you know, if I'd slowed down enough to really think about what I was doing, I would have went to the App Store and did the update there. Because there's an update button there. You don't have to go on the web to do it. So I was mad. I was mad at myself. I still felt scared because even though the credit card company had managed to swoop in and save my butt, the fact that I was able to be scammed made me feel embarrassed. Embarrassed, humiliated. And we shouldn't feel humiliated or embarrassed. You know why? Because these people are good. They're good. They catch you. They catch you. They take that chance. Maybe you're busy. Maybe you're not thinking. Boom. You know, people that don't know too much about computers are actually more at risk because they honestly don't know. And this morning I got up and I started thinking to myself, how can people do that to other people? How is it possible that there's people out there with no conscience? I just don't understand it. I really don't. Moving in and stealing from somebody else is just not the way to make a living. And I don't know how they can live with themselves day by day, knowing that this is what they're doing for a living, to hurt other people. Because yes, you are hurting other people. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention the company that was involved. If you want to know, then you can just message me below and I will let you know who it was, because I don't know if I'm allowed to actually put it on the video. I'm not really sure, and I don't want to get in trouble for saying somebody's name or a company's name. But if you want to know, just message me below and I will let you know what the name of the company was. Because when I told the credit card, you know, because the credit card company asked me, he says, what company were you thinking you were dealing with? And I told him. And he says, yeah, they've been red flagged. So your card has now been destroyed and you'll get a new card in 7 days. The thing is that this type of situation can happen to absolutely anyone. Nobody is safe from the crap that goes on online. Our lives are online, and there's a new set of rules. There's a new set of criminals out there just waiting to pounce. And unfortunately, I was suckered in. Fortunately for me, I have a really good credit card company who called me right away. They alerted me to what was going on. They destroyed my card. They didn't ask me if they were going to destroy my card. They just destroyed it. And I'm so happy that they did, because I could have been in a lot of trouble. Because once somebody takes like your money, especially when it comes to money, if they take it, there's not a very good chance you're going to get it back. I know people that I love, people in my family, have been scammed and lost a lot more money than I could have lost. Never got it back. It's a big business for them. It really is a big business for them, and it's scary. So I just wanted to share that with you, my story. Not that I wanted to actually put that out there, but I think you need to know. I think a lot of people need to know how easy it is for them to do this. The fact that they mimicked the Apple Support Care system, the Apple Support Care website, and fooled me into believing that's who they were. Honestly, it's scary, because they are getting better and better and better at it every day. What I've learned from this is what I already knew and should have been more careful is, for one thing, don't ever update. When a pop-up comes up like that, don't ever update like that. Go directly to the company, like Adobe Flash Player was what I was trying to deal with. Go directly to their site, and if you still don't feel comfortable, call them. If you get emails, like I get a lot of emails specifically from my bank. I have a couple of banks that I deal with, and I'm getting emails steady from them saying, you know, your account's been frozen. You need to get a hold of us. Click this link, blah, blah, blah. I make it a point to call them, the banks themselves, the company themselves, you know, are you sure? Like, what's happened? And most of the 100% of the time, there's nothing wrong. It's a scam. Just the other day, I got a call from a government agent who wanted some information on some contractors that we hire through the summertime. And right now, it was just like, you know, I know what, you know, I've got the information of what you want, but I'm not sending it to you. I want to know that this is legit. So give me your agent number. I will call the government myself and find out if you're actually legit. And he was legit. But the point is that I'm careful. Like, I was careful. And then turn around and have the situation happen 2 days later. It's not a good situation. And honestly, as consumers, as the people like me, you and me, out there online, we need to be so careful. So careful. Because it can happen to anybody. Nobody is safe from this situation. So when you get emails, like now, like I said, what I've learned, if I get emails, I don't answer them anymore. If I get phone calls that I don't know the number and I don't know who it is, I don't answer it anymore. If it's that important, they'll leave me a message, right? Yeah, because our phones, our iPads, our computers, our lives are connected to the internet, and these people can move in on your system, on your phone, you know, on your phone, on your iPad, on your computer. If they can do it to my MacBook Pro, they can do it to any one of my systems. So I don't answer the phone anymore if I don't know who it is. Leave a message for me. I'm glad it worked out the way it did, but it took my credit card company watching my butt to make sure that I was safe. And honestly, if it happens to you and your credit card company does something like that, do what I do and thank them, because honestly, without that, I would have been screwed out of a lot of money. I would have been. And be careful out there, because it is bad. It is bad. It's not a safe place. I mean, I like the internet because I can communicate and, you know, have fun with my family. I love doing my YouTube channel. I have a lot of fun. Over the last couple of days, it just hasn't felt safe for me. And that's sad. Like, that's that. I just wanted to share that with you and what happened to me, and just wanted to let you know, please, please, please be careful out there. Just be extra, extra careful and make sure that who you're dealing with is actually who you're dealing with. Because sometimes it's not. Sometimes making a phone call will save you so much problems in the future. The good news, however, though, is that my computer is okay. I talked to the guy this morning, actually, and he said a lot of times they move in to trick you. They don't really want your computer. They want your credit card number. So that's what happened to me. They moved in on my system, but they didn't do any damage to my computer. They were using it to trick me into giving them my credit card number, and they were good. I will go back and get my computer back tomorrow. That's why I'm doing this video on my phone right now, because my computer is at the, is at the shop, just making sure that everything is good and those people are completely cut off from messing with my system again. But it's been hard. And I know there's people out there who've been scammed a lot worse. And I'm telling you, I just got a taste of what that's like, and it's horrible. Horrible. And I feel sorry for the people out there that have had to deal with such horrible situations, identity theft, people moving in on your computer, taking your personal information, stealing money from you. Whatever the case may be, it's horrible. It's really horrible. And you really got to be careful. I've learned a lot from this situation, is that, I thought I was being careful. I wasn't being careful enough. So, yeah. Anyway, I am sorry that I had to bring you a video like this. I honestly never thought I would have to, but I wanted to share with you my story, even though it's not as bad as some people out there, and just let you know that you don't have to be ashamed or feel humiliated, because honestly, these people should feel like that, not you, not the victims. And I don't know, maybe they'll get there someday. I hope so. I really hope so. So you guys have a great weekend, and hopefully everything will be back to normal and I can bring you some fun videos starting next week. I'm gonna go hug my dog. I'm gonna hug my dog and hug my horse, my cat. Yeah. Kitty, 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 kitty. All right. I will see you back here next week for our regular programming. This is Hershey. She's the one that usually sleeps under my desk in my studio. Bye.